So that is a metaphor of forgiveness. You see how it takes you upon how we began dreaming with all the figures in the dream. We believe that they're real. Talks about how God has given us the Holy Spirit and to choose the Holy Spirit. Let your guide teach you their unsubstantial nature as he leads you past them. For beneath them is the world wherein they cast no shadows. Okay, so there it talks about the Holy Spirit coming in. It talks about that then you forgive and then you see the whole world, the bright world, the true world, the real world. Okay, so this is a really powerful part. This is these three paragraphs. It's a great process, forgiveness process in the course, and it's a great forgiveness metaphor. That's how I see it, as a forgiveness metaphor. What stood out for you there? How did that feel for you? I think it's such a beautiful passage. That's why I wanted to read it to you all. All right. So I wanted to read to you some more. Let me go here to my chat. All right. So we have here that was beautiful. I love the return to innocence. Thank you so much, Carol. Yeah, I love that. Those three passages are incredible. There's a great practice that I wanted to offer and let you know that is very powerful. These are a couple of reminders and little thoughts or practice nuggets that you can use, that you can, whenever you are not happy or you're starting to feel a little off, you can say, I must be giving a meaning to this that is not true. Okay? You want to have in your mind, I must be giving this a meaning to it that is not true. And that will help to begin to sort of unlock the thought. That's why I love the work so much. Going back to the work, Carol, Byron Katie talks a lot about that. What gives you the pain is the meaning you give it. So that's why it's important to say, okay, I guess I'm giving this a meaning that is not true. And also ask the Holy Spirit to see to see the true meaning in it, and say, I am willing to see it differently. So something's bothering you, something's throwing you off, things are, a little bit off. You come back. I must be thinking something that's not true. I must be believing my thoughts. I must be believing in separation. I must be believing in the illusion. And then it's, Holy Spirit, let me see in truth. Guide me to see this in truth, or let me see what I am not capable of seeing. One of the biggest, and this is one of the biggest parts of this class today, is your relationship with the Holy Spirit. Your inner wisdom is everything. And you to have this forgiveness journey, this daily forgiveness journey, you want to have your forgiveness partner with you. And your forgiveness partner is the Holy Spirit. So you hold hands with the Holy Spirit daily, and you practice giving things over. And you're going to forget who you are, and you're going to remember who you are again, and you're going to forget, and you're going to remember. You're going to go back and forth and vacillate in that. But always remember that the Holy Spirit is there waiting on the sidelines for you to be willing to ask for help. And the Course says all you need is a little bit of willingness, and Holy Spirit's there. Although, there's so much love held here that there's no intrusion. The Holy Spirit's not going to intrude on your poo-poo party. It's just not going to happen, because that is not a form of love. You're choosing to not be in love. But when you have even this little bit of willingness of, I don't want to feel this separation. I don't want to feel this sadness. I want to come back to the mind of God. Holy Spirit's there to answer that call. Now, might you experience it right away? Might you have that miracle right away? Maybe not. Although give it some time, because you will experience a shift. You will experience that maybe what was bothering before is not bothering you. Or maybe it'll still bother you, but a few days later, something's happened. right? So you want to have that trust within your relationship with the Holy Spirit and its guidance in your life. I feel that it's important to consistently be giving things to Holy Spirit, to constantly be asking Holy Spirit for guidance. And that's what A Course in Miracles student does, consistently give everything over to the Holy Spirit. It says here, Jesus describes true forgiveness. Oh yeah, I read that to you already, but it says here, because actually with what I read earlier, workbook lesson 134, it says here, because our perceptions are coming from our beliefs, what we see in the outer world is coming from our own minds because there's no outside. That's a very powerful thing to understand. Like, we're always thinking that everything outside is very tangible. It's very real. The Course is saying it's an illusion. So every time you want to begin to make things lighter in your life, you want to start to make things less real, give less heavy thoughts to things and make them less real. I feel that it's like when I was preparing to write my book, the less real I made it, the easier it was, the funner it was. When we have a big test or when we have a big thing coming up, the more that we enjoy the process instead of making it so real and having that be your identity or have that define you, you lose. But when you know that God defines you, that love defines you, and that everything else is just an opportunity to live forgiveness daily, then it's lighter, and you're actually living the purpose of waking up. Because the purpose and the importance is not, in my case, writing the book or getting the book published. The whole dialogue behind it is, how much forgiveness can I practice throughout this process? That's what's important. How much forgiveness can I practice here? How much coming back to the mind of God can this bring me? And that is success. So funny because it's all turned around upside down, right? All right, let's see. So I read that. And I had one more thing to go over, and then we're going to do this prayer. All right, so forgiveness is the undoing of the meaningless beliefs. Okay, so forgiveness is undoing of the meaningless beliefs and images that make up this world. What gives forgiveness meaning is that it clears the way for all meaning to be recognized. Love is all meaning, thus the way to find meaning is to clear away the barriers we have made against it. Pow, pow, boom, boom, chakalaka. Okay? Pow, pow, boom, boom, chakalaka. Everything that I wanted to read to you, I highlighted. So I'm going to make sure I read them all. Okay, so Jesus encourages us to practice true forgiveness. This letting go of illusions of separation is a true practice of forgiveness. So anytime that we let go of illusions, we are practicing forgiveness. And then it says here, this is really beautiful. So it says the Bible talks about joy of the Lord. That is the joy you feel in your heart when you remember who you are. Okay? When we remember who we are and we have got the joke, we get the joke, we understand that what we're thinking is not true. When we get the joke and we wake up, that is joy. That's the closest feeling to joy that we get. And that's how we remember who we are. That's when we remember who we are. It is the joy of being love, which means extending love. For love must extend to itself. Think of the joy you experience. So think of the joy when you meet someone, like a dear. It says here, like someone you dearly love, right? You greet them with an open arms. You give them a big hug. You have a happy heart. So what this is saying here is that's just a little taste. Okay, that's just a little taste. It says here, this is but just a tiny taste of the joy that is yours when you remember your true self. That's just a little taste. So when you fall in love, or when you hug somebody, or when you have like this deep love, unconditional love, and you feel this, and you can say on the chat if you felt that way, like this just, this love. I can't even explain it in words, right? When you feel that joy and that love, it says here that that's just a taste of remembering your true self with a capital S. That's just a taste of it. Okay, so that's powerful. It is God's joy, for he gave all of himself to you in your creation. So in our creation, all of God was given to us. So that means that if all of God was given to us, all of God cannot be taken away. But you can experience this joy if you hold judgment in your mind. So it's not possible to experience this joy. It's not possible to experience that connection to God as long as we have judgments. That's why the release of judgments and forgiveness is so important. Love cannot judge, for love knows only everything as part of itself. Okay? Judgment holds that what is judged must be separate from the judge. Thus, love and judgment cannot coexist. Okay? Judgment stands between you and the joy given to you by God. So, God has given you joy. You are joy in your creation, just like you are love. So, anytime that you have judgment, it stands between that joy. This is why forgiveness is your function here. This is why forgiveness is our function, because forgiveness removes the blocks of the awareness of love's presence. It does not change your true state at all. Okay, so forgiveness does not change your true state. It doesn't change your true state because your true state is what it is. That never goes away. It says here, it merely reveals to you what has already been there. Okay, hidden only by a false image of what you think you are. Okay, so we have a false image of what we think we are. And those false images are the stories, the beliefs of lack, of separation, of that we're not good enough, we're not worthy enough. That narrative and that story is what that's the image and the separation we believe in our mind. Okay. So it says here, you cannot have both worlds. You either maintain the world of judgment through holding on to false images of separation, or you recognize that what has been true, what has always been true, is your unity with all that is. Okay. So I want you to remember that daily, that forgiveness is a way of life. Forgiveness is a way of living. It's not just, oh, I'm going to forgive today, or this is a concept that I'm going to start practicing because I'm starting to be a course student, or this is something I'm going to start doing because it's a thing to do. No, I want you to see forgiveness as a huge key in this vortex of what appears to be reality. A huge, how do I say this? When you have like a good tool in the toolbox, that you want to really get the most of it every day. So every day when you wake up, you can say, my function today is forgiveness. I want to practice radical forgiveness. I want to forgive people even if I don't want to forgive them, because I know that it's going to bring me back to my sanity. I want to forgive people even if I don't want to, right? So that's why the importance of you looking at your thoughts and beliefs with the Holy Spirit is so important. That's why I always tell people, get your big deals on paper. You know, in my book, Live Your Happy, in chapter 1 and 2, if you want to simplify the course, I feel Live Your Happy is a great companion to the course. It's great in helping you understand it better, but specifically chapter 1 and 2 are about the forgiveness process, which is giving over all your big deals to Spirit, getting them all on paper. And I encourage you all to do this this week till we have our next session, is to get all your big deals on paper. All your grievances are your big deals. You know, anything that's in your mind that's taking away your peace and happiness, I want you to get it on that paper. And then I want you to sit with Spirit after you've written it all down and ask Spirit, what is really real here, Spirit? What is the truth here? And have Spirit reveal to you what is the truth. And in revealing the truth to you, you're able to let go of the illusions, because now you have replaced it. Now you are back to sanity. Okay. So I invite you to do that big deals meditation. And I also think I have it recorded. And if I have it recorded, I will definitely send you the YouTube video for that so you can practice.